What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So this is a follow-up to a video I posted a few months ago where I announced that I'd be doing my first real photo book. So in front of me, peeking slightly into the frame, you may see a box, although there are actually two of them there. We'll get to that in just a second. So this is kind of a style of video that I thought I might be doing a lot more when I started this channel, actually. Especially, I keep going back to this, but I named it after myself talking, and I realized I don't really talk on this channel. I'll level with you guys. Like, turning on a camera, talking to it, and being natural is much more difficult than I anticipated, and it is a real skill. So if you see your favorite streamers, your favorite people who post YouTube videos who are just so good at it, you just watch it, just be in awe like I am. So I have a couple of different things going. We'll get to the film in just a second. First, I actually want to show you the box because I just kind of gave it away there, but it's kind of got this neat little graphic on it. So I basically send my film out now because it takes me a while to develop. And I'd rather be doing other things, like making videos, for example. So check out, I just glossed right over the skeleton, but check that out. Oh, camera, please focus. Okay, and then just spin it around. There we go. So I use this place called Indie Film Lab. It's in Alabama, and the reason that I send my film out there, New York City is basically in my backyard, but it's much cheaper. So I think the best way to start is we'll just open it up, and as we go along, I'm sure maybe some of you are a little bit like myself, creative people, and maybe you want to get into film and things like that. So I'll do my best to sort of demystify the process. But basically what happens is you shoot 35 millimeter film, or if you're like me as well, you have some medium format cameras, so 120 film. And then you're very careful to not expose it to light, and then basically you send it off in a box, usually a small flat rate box from the Postal Service. Put everything together, send it off, and they just develop it for you and send it back. So these are the negatives. Well, I hope these are the negatives, which means I did everything correctly. These are hopefully the negatives that I have in front of me. So I actually scanned them myself, and I have a film scanner down here with me that is on my desk. So let's do a little unboxing, shall we? Because there's actually quite a bit of film in here. I sent 19 or 20 rolls, so I'm kind of curious how this is all sort of working just spatially. So once you open it up, it kind of comes with your order. Sorry guys, let me just make sure my address is blocked. But it looks something like that. I have 6 rolls of 35 millimeter film in here and 1 roll of 120. And if you haven't seen 120 film before, I probably should have explained that a little bit better, but 35 millimeter film, usually film is denoted basically by its dimensions in millimeters or centimeters, which is why 35 millimeter film is called 35 millimeter film. It's 35 millimeters by 24, I believe. So something like that size. And then the reason that you shoot larger film, so like 120 in this case, is the negative. I don't know why I'm making hand gestures. I could just show you guys. So once you open the box, this is typically how everything comes. You guys have seen film before, right? I mean, I know I check the analytics from time to time, and the audience definitely skews younger than I am, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows about film. And just check out, as I'm unrolling this, just like check out the chaos of all of the ensuing rolls, just like finally getting their freedom. Oh, we lost one. That's only half of them, too. I have, like, a lot of scanning to do. Okay, so here it is. So, guys, if you're curious, this is what 120 film looks like. Let me get that nice and close. So you can see where my fingers are here. This is one frame. This is the size of one frame. And it is much larger than 35mm film. I actually do have one of my 35mm cameras in front of me that I think I need to move. This is my Minolta, CLE, which I've been really enjoying lately, actually. I put a few rolls of film through it. Some are even coming back to me right now, so I may even find out if it works or not. That is always like the scariest part of getting a new camera. Like, there's only so much that you can do with film cameras, because digital, you can just kind of like make sure everything's working, go through the menus, hit the shutter button a couple times, make sure you have an image. But like with film, you say, okay, I've checked everything, like all the mechanics seem to be working, the shutter's going. There's no reason that the film shouldn't work. It's just that once you can confirm it, it's a lot more comfortable. So let me grab this. And let's give it like some semblance of order. Oh my goodness. So guys, I have not talked about my Photobook yet at all. So actually, sorry to derail it. I was making good progress there, but a lot of these film labs come with stickers, so I like that. Love stickers. Don't know where that's going to go yet, but we'll find out. So the Photobook that I'm talking about, I have a working title for it. And now, of course, since I'm on the spot and trying to remember it, just blank completely. It's called Everywhere, Nowhere, and the Places in Between. So very abstract and wide open, almost like it was done on purpose. It was. That was the fact that you'd think I'd be alluding to something was correct. So, guys, here's the deal. When you do like creative work, especially, maybe I should like just say myself, guys, I like making videos, and like even just talking on the microphone right now, I go, this video isn't like perfect. And in some ways it pains me, and in others it's just like, well, this is the process. If you want to like make these kind of videos, you have to learn how it's done. You have to practice, basically. You have to get comfortable, kind of thinking on your feet, sort of planning in your head everything that you're going to say, because like I can't read off notes while also making these videos, because I resort into like a 90-year-old, so I'm like trying to read the thing, and I'm like, I can't multitask. So I've tried it before. It does not work out well. So that's the first box open. I almost just want to like open the second box and see what kind of chaos ensues. So anyway, guys, what I was alluding to earlier is this Photobook and the creative work that I do in general is I sort of get sort of seduced by this idea of perfection. and then I get into what I call the planning stages. Oh, see, this one's wrapped up so much neater. But I get into the planning stages. I like how everything's starting to happen. And then for some reason, I just get way too detailed right away. And when it starts to just, like, anything starts to chip away at this idea of this product isn't going to be perfect, I don't know. It feels like a loss. Like, I'm just like, I've only just started this project and already it's just going down the drain. And then I get a little bit frustrated, I get disappointed, and then I do this thing where I go, okay, I'm going to shelve it for a little while and then come back to it, even though in your mind you say, I already know I'm never going to revisit that. So that is sort of the thing that plagues me most of all. But I think the biggest thing that's going to come out of this is just like, you don't have to plan everything. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, and it'll be fine. The sun will still come up tomorrow. I was going to say something about the moon. Well, but then I realized, like, it's not always in the same cycle. I don't know where this was going. I'm just going to do what I don't do very often and just put the shovel down and not continue digging. So this, I don't know how well these are going to show up on camera, but it is absolute. Actually, let me come over there to the camera for a second and show you what absolute chaos is going on my desk right now. We'll have to just manage it the best we can. So for the people who want to start out in film, I'd probably suggest 35mm. There's really an abundance of cameras that you can start off with. I think it's just more of, what do you like? So for someone who is maybe just getting into film, maybe you want to see if you like it, number one, but also you're a little bit sort of newer to photography, I'd say. Probably pick yourself up one of the cheaper 35mm point and shoot options. Although some of those have gotten quite expensive. Actually, a lot of film cameras have gotten a lot expensive, or quite expensive lately. And I think that's just because how many more people now are sort of interested in film. I kind of got into it maybe about 3 years ago now. And it's actually kind of a funny story because my best friend was over studying in Japan for a couple of years. And every so often we'd talk on the phone and he'd be like, dude, like, I found this old film camera at a recycle shop and I've been having a lot of fun shooting film photos with it. I think you would like it because you're into photography. And I was like, dude, like, I have my digital, like, it's good. Like, why would I go into film? Like, I have basically one of the top end cameras in the game, digital that is. And it's just like, but you're also like trying to rationalize your purchase at the same time. So then, the next time would come and he'd wear me down a little bit more. He's like, dude, like, I've been having a lot of fun with it. You should really try film. I was like, dude, like, I don't really want to. Like, where can I even find film anymore? Like, turns out a lot of places. And then, like, maybe it was like the fifth or sixth time, I was just like, all right, fine, like, I'll try it. And so I like picked up this cheap Minolta X700. It's an SLR camera. And I was like, dude, you're right. And to the people who don't think film has any benefit, I don't think I'll change your mind or anything like that. It really is so much of kind of an abstract benefit. And I'm not going to say that film slows you down, by the way. I am so done with people that say that. Because I have a Nikon F5, and you can shoot like, what is it, 10 frames a second? It'll go through a 36 exposure roll in under 4 seconds. It won't slow you down if you don't want to slow down. Like, ugh. I don't want to just like get into a rant mode here, but if it's film, if it's digital, it doesn't really matter, but you are in control of the camera, and it is intention that leads you through the things you want to take photos of. Like, I understand some things are split-second decisions, but like, you can be intentional if you want to, and that applies for any kind of camera. I don't know, but it's just nice to, there is something about it being a physical medium, because I can hold it, I can see my work in front of me, and maybe, you know, I don't print my digital stuff enough, but there's just something like when you scan the images. I understand that there's also going to be a group of people that say that, you know, the digital, what do you want to call it? The digital ways of replicating film photos are pretty good, and they are. But there is just something nice about having it in front of you. So guys, I am going to end this one before I rant and just go on infinitely. Instead, I think I'm going to start scanning these, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I am sure that's not the last of videos with these. Maybe I'll make a scanning tutorial. I'm not too sure, but there is a video that I do want to make. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'll catch you soon in another video. Goodbye.